So as a young skinny kid growing up who got bullied pretty much every day throughout high school for being weak, I never would have thought I'd be able to put on over 45 pounds of muscle in just a few years of training, while being able to stay relatively lean as well, especially during that period because I just had no confidence in myself. Now, I used to look up to guys who had amazing aesthetic physiques, for example, Ziz and Jeff Said. And even when I went on holiday and saw someone who was jacked with a fit girlfriend, I was always sort of envious of them because I always wanted what they had, which was a lot of muscle mass, abs, and I thought if I got to that stage as well, I'd also be able to attract that kind of girl and the women that I wanted. I just never believed I would be able to get to that stage because I had such low confidence and I just never believed in myself. And I always thought there was some secret to getting jacked and being ripped at the same time.
And no, it's not steroids.
Now fast forward 10 years and I'm now in that same position where I've been able to develop the physique that I've always wanted and I've been able to attract the woman that I've always wanted too. And guess what? There are no secrets. I just followed 5 simple habits consistently over the years that allowed me to put on a solid amount of muscle and stay lean with a shredded six-pack. Now want to know what those 5 habits are? Then stay tuned for this video. Now, we all know to build muscle, you need to be eating in a calorie surplus, but you also need to be doing some sort of workout. You cannot just eat in a calorie surplus and not work out, because then you'll just become fat. So it's actually proven that most people work out during the first few days of the week and then they tail off towards the end of the week, meaning that they only work out for a couple of days. And it's just because they don't follow a solid workout plan. They just do what they feel like doing on the day and they just wing it. So if they're tired after the first couple of days of training and they feel unmotivated, then they just end up falling off and not training at all throughout the rest of the week. And it's simply because they just don't follow a structured workout plan. So habit number 1 is to create a structured workout plan on Sunday afternoon or evening for the coming week. And before you say to me, oh, but Neil, I'm out all day on Sunday, I just don't have time to create a workout plan for myself. No, you do have time.
You just need to prioritize it more efficiently.
So create a detailed workout plan, including the days you're going to train, what muscle groups you're going to train on those days, the exact exercises that you will do with the number of reps and the number of sets. Now, by preparing your workout program beforehand, number 1 is going to make you more motivated to get those workouts done during the week because it will give you that sense of accomplishment. And number 2, you're more likely going to stick to those workouts because you know exactly what you're doing and you're not going to go in there and just wing it. So if you're struggling to find a workout program that suits you, then click the link in the description below to get access to my free bulking and cutting guides. They both have workout programs in them ranging from 3 to 6 times a week. You can either use them as they are, or you can use them as guidance to create your own. So simple habit number 2 is to eat in a calorie surplus every single day if you can, especially in the first couple of years of your training. So here's the thing, if you're eating a little bit wish-washy all over the place, so one day you're in a surplus, one day you're in a deficit, and you're just not being consistent with your diet, then you aren't going to be able to build a lot of muscle mass that way. Well, you definitely aren't going to be able to maximize muscle growth for sure. You want to be consistently eating in a calorie surplus so you can build the most amount of muscle you possibly can. Now, in the first few years of your training, the amount of muscle you can build is at its peak, and this is called newbie gains. And you want to take advantage of that opportunity because it becomes harder as the years go by to put on more and more muscle mass. Now, I made sure to take advantage of this opportunity in the first few years of my training. I was training hard and I was eating in a calorie surplus every single day. Now, I was taking mass gainers, I was eating a lot of protein, a lot of carbs, just to make sure that I would not be in a deficit. And yes, I gained a little bit of fat, but it wasn't a big deal. For the amount of muscle I was able to build, it was worth it. And I just went on a diet after a couple of years and reduced my body fat percentage. Now, in order to eat in a calorie surplus, you need to be able to figure out your maintenance calories and track your calories. Now, you can figure out your maintenance calories by using a calorie calculator. And if you don't have access to one, then click the link in the description below, get access to mine and figure out your maintenance calories. And you can track your calories using an app called MyFitnessPal. Just make sure you're eating in a calorie surplus every single day. So simple habit number 3 is to weigh yourself every single morning at the exact same time after going to the bathroom on an empty stomach. So here's the thing, by weighing yourself every single morning, you start to get an idea if you're either undereating or overeating. So say you're on a lean bulk and you're slowly, gradually building muscle mass, then your weight should be gradually going up week after week by just under a pound or around a pound a week. But if your weight is on a downward trend over consecutive weeks, then you know you're under eating or you're eating in a calorie deficit and you just need to eat more. But if your weight is shooting up, so let's say you're gaining over 2 pounds a week, then you know you're overeating and you're gaining more fat, then you just need to reduce your calories. So by weighing yourself every morning, you start to get an idea, which will be helpful if you want to build muscle mass. Also, keep in mind that during 1 week, your weight is going to fluctuate. So it's not going to be a straight upwards or downwards trend. And that's why my advice would be to weigh yourself over consecutive weeks. Then you start to get an idea and you'll get an average of what your weight is doing, and if you need to either cut back on calories or increase your calories. And just to note that calorie calculators are not 100% accurate, which is why weighing yourself every single morning will help to give you a more accurate number for your maintenance level. Now, when I first started going to the gym, I was weighing myself every single morning. And still to this day, I weigh myself every morning. Now, when I first started training, I could see that I was on the correct trajectory because my weight was going up slowly every single month. And I could see from the mirror and analyzing my physique over months that I was getting bigger, I was building more muscle mass, and my strength was going through the roof. So I urge you guys to weigh yourself every morning and even take progress pictures if you're comfortable with it every week or every month. So you're able to analyze your physique and you're able to adjust anything if you need to. Taking progress pictures every week or every month is something that I didn't do, and I now actually regret it because by now I would have had an amazing catalog of photos and an amazing transformation. But I can understand that it can be hard to take progress pictures at the start because you don't know if you're actually going to make progress or not. But if you're actually serious about building muscle and you're taking the right steps, then I do encourage you to take progress pictures because you'll end up building a lot of muscle mass, and by the time you want to take progress pictures, it's going to be too late and you may end up regretting it like me. So simple habit number 4 is to track the exercises that you do and the amount of weight you lift on each exercise, either using an app or a notepad and pen. Now, I've been using an app to track my lifts on every exercise that I do for a number of years. I used to use a notepad and pen, but everything just got a little bit messy and unorganized. Now, I'm telling you guys, if you track everything that you do in an app, then you're going to be able to build muscle a lot faster than if you weren't tracking. Now, we all know to build more muscle mass, you need to be progressively overloading, meaning that you need to be making the workouts more intense and more challenging as time goes on. And the best way to do that is to increase weights incrementally week by week. Now, how the hell are you going to do that if you're not tracking anything? You'll just be guessing what your weights and your reps were for your previous workout sessions. Now, unless you have some sort of unbelievable memory, it's going to be near enough impossible for you to track your weights and reps on every single exercise that you do. That's why you got to somehow track everything that you do in either a logbook or an app. This will help you to build your strength and your physique a lot faster. Now, my advice would be to not use a notepad and pen because it can become unorganized, and if you lose that, then you're screwed. So a better idea would be to use an app to track everything, because then all of your workouts and your weights are saved in that app. And finally, simple habit number 5 is to keep your gym stuff ready by the door every single evening. Now, this isn't directly related to building muscle mass, but it does lead to better consistency, which in turn will help you to build more muscle. Instead of you scrambling around before your workout, trying to find your bag, pack your things and get everything ready, why not make your life easy and pack everything the night before? So let's say you're in a rush to work or you just can't be arsed and you don't have anything packed yet. Then you're much more likely to skip on that workout because of those excuses. And you tell yourself you're going to go tomorrow. And that tomorrow may get postponed to the day after. And then by the end of it, you wouldn't have trained for a few days. Not good. But if you have your stuff already packed by the door, then even if you're in a rush to work, you can't make that excuse. And if you still feel like you can't be arsed training, you may just see that bag by the door and feel more motivated to go. Just by you being more prepared leads to better efficiency and consistency. So pack everything the night before so you don't have to waste time and energy preparing everything on the day. So guys, those are my 5 simple habits that have helped me to build a lot of muscle mass over the past few years, as they've helped me to be more efficient and more consistent with everything in my life. And I'm sure they'll be able to help you build more muscle as well. And guys, if you did find this video helpful and you enjoyed it, then do me a favor and smash the like button. And if you're new to the channel and you like my content, then do me another favor and hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell notifications, because I'm going to be releasing 2 new videos every single week just like this, and you don't want to miss them. And if you want to know how I get in 250 grams of protein a day to build muscle and lose fat, then I recommend watching this video next. And remember, stay natty, stay clean, and peace.